Good afternoon, good morning, good evening. I am 216 and I'm here with another episode of PuffCast where we look at games by Puffer and laugh or get laughed at. So, this is my friend Puffer and he plays as non-opponent. We don't really care much about his opponent. His opponent is Terran and we really don't like Terran player. But I guess we're going to have to get into it. So, here is the game. There's a little witty banter between the two players. Puff claiming that he's never played the map, although I'm pretty sure he has, because I'm pretty sure I've played against him on this one. But, since we are the observer, we can look at all sorts of stuff, including the other opponent, or the actual opponent, who is Vivid Terran Boss, who's surprisingly playing Terran, and apparently thinks he's a boss, or the boss of Terrans. Maybe he's like has an employee and he just thinks he's the boss of somebody, but he's going very, very greedy. Well, greedy being standard Terran operating procedures. He's taking a command center first, and I'm pretty sure that with a Baneling, a couple other Banelings, he could bust through that. Even if it's not a Baneling bust, Roaches will come to that pretty heavily, although Terran's got very good at defending that, and that's pretty standard at this point. Terran drops barracks after his command center. Just as he gets to his opponent's base to scout. His opponent, of course, being my friend Puffer. I do want to point out, you can see here that the SCP checked this expansion first. Actually, it's a spawning point, but he went there. It's an expansion in this game because the spawning points are always cross-matched, so there's a little bit of a miscleared action going on with Terran Boss. Terran is not much of a boss since he doesn't even know the map. However, Puffer has taken an early hatchery, and even an early second hatchery, or third hatchery if you want to count it that way, and done a massive extractor trick, double extractor trick, which Terran Boss was completely envisioning. So, I don't know, that's something. So, as greedy as this Terran might be for going to the command center first, he is prepared to drop his command center. Our friend Puffer has taken early hatches, which is good because 3-hatch Zerg should be a pretty good option against 2 basing Terran. Anyway, that's about that. There's no lord over here. I don't know. I guess in this time of waiting, I'd like to point out that I really like these little robots here. I think that they just run around and do stuff, and they're constantly repairing this map, which is really important because without them, who knows, this whole map just might fall into space. I guess it doesn't fall in space. I don't know actually what they're doing at all. But they're kind of everywhere. You can see them, different places doing things. They're just they're around the map, working, doing stuff. I think there's one maybe there, but we don't have vision of it, so who knows. Anyway, back to the game. Stuff is happening. Stuff is happening. But what is not happening is music, so I'm going to put on just a little bit of music. A little Beethoven. Beethoven second, for those of you who, care about anything at all. Terran has a bunker. I don't know what to say. I mean, this is bullshit. I don't know how people just talk for minutes on end. I guess they just want to hear the sound of their own voice. So Terran is not fully mining a Terran boss. I'm not going to call him Terran boss. I'm going to call him Chodeface. Chodeface McGillicuddy is spawning and spewing little SCP robots and doing whatever he does, I guess. He's building a wall, very Terran-like. Again, I think that's really susceptible to a Baneling bust, which I really like. He's only got 4 Marines, now he's got a 5th Marine out. He's building a lot of SCVs. He's not actually rallying them to his mineral patch, which is interesting. He's finally fully mining his main, and he's building a second gas there. Back at home base, Puffer is not fully mining anything at all. Although he's got 3 gas left, and it looks like he's building a 4th, and a 5th, and a 6th. So he's in a big droning phase. It's good because he doesn't have much of an army either. A couple of queens and a couple of siblings, it looks like, based on that count. So that's okay. Both players just in this big macro econ mode, and there's really nothing wrong with that. Against Terran. Come back. I do like looking at their APM. I've been working on my APM lately, and I don't know, it's a thing. Puffer usually plays with really good APM, and you can see him there chasing down a little SCV. The SCV does not know what's going on. It looks like he's about to get picked off without knowing it. I guess that just wasn't happening. He drops a spine crawler at the front to do a little bit of protection, and spores probably at every base. Spores at every base. No spines in expansions the main, just the one up at the front of the natural. Let's see, it seems like we're to the point where Terran should be dropping a lot of tech buildings. He's started a third command center, and I get the feeling he should be dropping some stuff. It's 8.5 minutes in, which is when a lot of attacks can come from Zerg. He's definitely got a big build up here, 2 bunkers full of Marines, which is enough to stop a lot of stuff, and whereas Puffer was dropping spore crawlers in his hatcheries, our Terran Chody McGillicuddy is dropping anti-air user turrets. Now here's an interesting. Well, I like that a lot. Okay, so he's obviously got a learn. He's screaming creep up front. He's moved his spine crawler out, giving him a little bit of extra vision. Now he's not using any queens. He hasn't laid down any spine crawlers, and so I don't know exactly what he's. That's fine. He's not mining fully his expansion, fully mining his main, but he's missing a worker on gas there, which may or may not be important. He has Evo chambers, but he's not getting any upgrades for them. And really, the only tech he has right now, well, the only tech he's not. He's only got 2 miners there too. I wonder if that's intentional. Maybe it is. Overmining his expansion here, though. That's good. Oh, looks like he's sending more people over there, or were those people that were already mining up anyway? Terran doing a couple scans. Scanning the main. As far as we know, he's seeing everything. Puffer doesn't have anything out in his natural. Couple Evo chambers, and I get the feeling that that's what Terran scanned just a second ago. So, okay, here we go. I talked about how Terran I thought needed to start putting down a lot of production buildings, and indeed he has. He's dropped factories and starports, and he's going bio. Indeed, obviously, 4 barracks. It seems like he should have a lot more money. Meals could be of importance. He's got enough for a meal there. He's got enough for. I always say he just dropped a meal here. It's just that when he dropped a supply depot, I don't see any meals on the board, so I don't know what that ration is used for. He got supply block. So instead of using meal, he dropped a supply call down. Alright, something's happened. Thank God, because a lot of macro. It's been 11 minutes. You can see down here on the clock. And that's pretty exciting when you're just sitting there trying to talk and make yourself feel better. Okay, so we've got a lot of meters on the board. By my count, that looks like 14 meters. He's gotten a little group up there. He's running in here. He's going to run right into a turret, which is fine. He should be able to take that out if he wanted to, but he doesn't. He tries to go past, which I think is a pretty good idea because he's going to have plenty of time to take out a tech lab, and maybe a reactor. Get out of there. Come back. Get that reactor. There we go. There you go. One more time. You got it safe. That's good. Does a little bit of damage. Sees that he's going bio. I don't think he'll have any trouble. The Marines stemmed to get up there and didn't get any shots off. And the 2 mutalisks that are going to take any damage, if they took any damage at all, are going to have no problem regenerating. And behind that, Puffer has taken a 4th base, which I think is good. And it looks like he's finally got to clean out the exhaustion. Creatures. So hopefully he can get his main. Well, hopefully he can get both of these expansions connected with creep, and he's got an overseer here, so if he wants to fly across or see what else is going on, he should be able to. I don't know if he has Overlord speed. He does not have Overlord speed. He's researching Burrow at the moment, so I guess maybe he wants to go into a roach play. He's got 4 roaches and a whole bunch of Zerglings. That looks like 72 at least. Well, not at least. 70, 60, something. 7? I don't know. Okay, so the Marines are on the map. They're making a move out. Maybe they're going over to secure the expansion for their... Oh, God, it's great to see them stim for nothing. They're not going to have time to catch up to the mutalisks, which is wonderful. The mutalisks! That's the command center! Get away from that auto turret. Hopefully they can come in and take care of that. Yeah, they're not going to have time to get the command center, but that would have been great. The Marines are there to protect us, so they were moving out, trying to guard that expansion. In the meantime, obviously, he's not going to have a lot of stuff in his mainers naturally way over mine. Look at that, 30 SCVs. So he is obviously doing, hopefully, I say obviously, hopefully he's intending to transfer a lot of them over to the command center that they just dropped, but if he hasn't taken any actions to do that, in fact, he's dropping a few more barracks. He's got a couple. I do like he's got a couple Widowmons for defense. I think that now that they're here, he should move them out to his farts. He should move them out to his flanks, which I think would be a pretty good idea. But that's okay. Puffer is continuing to be okay here in the middle of the two bases, just hanging out. I guess I'm pretty sure the Marines can see him, so that's not a big surprise. And he does have Widowmons here, he decides to move out. Putting a lot of anti-air out here and a couple Widowmons means that these mutalisks are trapped. And it doesn't look like he's done an SCV transfer, and he probably could because he's really doing a lot of mining over there. Back at his home base, thank goodness he's gone. He's got some banelings to take care of that. Does not look like this is going to go very well for the Terran, since all he's got is a bunch of Marines. Well, we'll see what happens. It looks like he's loading up into his medevacs. He's got 3 almost fully loaded medevacs. Should keep them there. And the medevacs are going through the drop. His Mutalisks just hanging out there. Really not doing much of anything, although they are pretty threatening. He's got a lot of roaches. No, not a lot of roaches. Still the 4 roaches, but I guess he just built those as preemptive. He's got a base up here that he's not mining at, but he should be able to see this drop. Let's see what goes on from his point of view. He does not see the drop. He does not see the drop. Oh, he's got more corruptors, and it looks like he's just made a greater spire. So apparently going for Blue Lords, which he blows up right now. Now there's the drop, and he can see it. I don't know if he's going to respond to it. Oh, those are going to go down. He moves his whole army at those Marines, which really was unfortunate because they chose the wrong base and the wrong army. Hopefully, well, he brought a couple SCVs, which that was nice of him, and hopefully those medevacs get taken out, but they don't. They just sit there. That army gets cleaned up really easily, and now with Blue Lords on the map, I think he's just going to push across. Blue Lords and all those Zerglings and our Terran friend, Cherry-Faced McGillicuddy, is no longer over mining, but I don't know, he's just really got a lot of bio, nothing but barracks. Nothing in the barracks. In fact, since we're observing, we can just look at the unit composition. You can see he's got 70 workers, which is quite a few for Terran. Especially considering you have all the opportunities to get mules. 69, 70 is quite a bit. Only 4 Marauders and 72 Marines, and I think that those Marines aren't going to fare very well against Broodlings. Oh, well, we'll pick up. He's not really doing anything about those. But as long as those Brood Hear me good, I can't cheer. Hear me good! I don't even care about the Brood Lords. Look at all the Banelings that are coming in. That's going to be plenty to crush this army, which is just all bunched up. Chody-Face McGillicuddy does have a couple of units that will be able to do some tanking. You can see in this group he's got 5 Marauders, and I saw a couple of Hellbats, so he's got that going for him. But it's not looking so good. Now, he's got a bunch of turrets up, and I don't know why he built those. That looks like a lot of wasted money, because they're not going to do any anti-air damage, and he's moving this big tank of Marines into the middle, and they're going to get caught with a lot of Zerglings, and the Zerglings back off because the Brood Lords are fine. Back the Brood Lords off. Back the Brood Lords off. They have plenty of range to take them out, and as long as the Zerglings will ever be, if they ever get a good wraparound, that army's just going to die. And it looks like they get half of them, and that army's just evaporating. And this has got to be oh my, what a beautiful, beautiful engagement for our Zerg friend. That was pretty much that. Now these are going to be problematic, these Widow Mines. They're going to do quite a bit of damage. Not think he has any vision, but I guess if you want to use the Brood Lords to tank that, that's okay too. At this point, I do not know if he can lose anything at all. Oh, and all the SCVs go down. It's not looking good. Oh, he loses the entire SCVs. In fact, if you want to go back and see, he's lost 20 SCVs, 21 by that count, and the Brood Lords are continuing to get dealt a lot of damage by the Widow Mines, but I'm just not sure that it makes any difference. He's not getting much production value, although he still has quite a bit of money. He does have quite a bit of money. Those Widow Mines were wasted on the Broodlings, and this Thor is going to be inconsequential. He's trying to maybe do a little bit of a late tech push. Oh, and he's just not looking very good. So he's built a lot of supply depots building up stuff. He hasn't added any factories. He has some money to work with. It looks like he's continuing just to stream out Marines. In the production tab, you can see 11 Marines in the making, 1 Marauder. He's really not doing a whole lot. He's got 1 Viking coming out. He's got another starport that he could be making Vikings, but instead he's got a bunch queued up just on that one. But it's not going well. He's got all these, Puffer has all these Zerglings over here that he's about to bring into the fray. Now that is a really nice split. Fortunately, against that sort of army size, it's just not going to make any difference. You can split all you like, and at this point, all Puffer needs to do is trade at all. It doesn't have to be even or anything. You just want to get some trading. Now, this is important. I would like to kind of see these get taken out, although there were a bunch of corruptors. I don't know if they got taken out, and he certainly got this mutalist sitting back here that he's not doing anything with. These Widow Mines continuing to wreak havoc, and finally Puffer gets on the inside of Chody-Face McGillicuddy's base, and I just feel like that's just going to be a good game. Actually, I feel like that's just going to be a rage quit. He's mined out of his main. He's not getting any mining done over here. He's run out of cash. He's not going to be able to make any more units, and there he goes. No good game. No good game. Just like any Terran, no good game. So, he jumps out. Chody-Face McGillicuddy was defeated. Woo! Yeah, buddy. So, that's how that goes. Terran sucks. Terran doesn't know what they're doing. Actually, they do. They're very good. But we hate Terran, and we definitely hate Chody-Face McGillicuddy. Anyway, that was PuffCast number 7. I hope you all enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching.